Welcome back to Overtime Heroics. I'm Mason Shatwell, and joining me today is Damon Wilson, who will be competing on Cage Warriors in their first show in the USA. Damon, how are you doing?
Doing great, Mason. I appreciate you having me on. Excited to talk about the fight.
100%, man. And this is the first time that Cage Warriors has gone over to the States. So how does it feel to be part of a history-making show?
Yeah, it's a big deal. I heard they were coming over to the States several months back and had my eyes set on that event. Wasn't sure how it was going to work out, if I'd be able to get on it. But I, expressed to my coaches that was the promotion I wanted to fight for. It's a big deal for them to be over here, give some opportunities to some guys out here on the West Coast and in the U.S. in general. Especially coming off of the pandemic that kind of kept some of us regional guys without competition. So it's nice that they're providing that for us. I'm only 1-0 professionally, so I'm ready to get going on this career and start fighting more frequently.
Obviously, your opponent is John Butler. What do you make of John as an opponent that you know of?
I don't know a ton about John. I think he trains a Team Alpha Male, which, they've always got some good competitors coming out of that gym. He looks like he's got a pretty good frame on him. He's 1-0 as well. Similar experience as me. I'm sure he's training hard. I'm sure he's confident in his abilities. So, I expect him to show up ready to go. And because that's what I plan on doing. So if he's not ready to go, it'll be a long night.
Do you know what you can expect from John at all, or are you just going in there, no game plan, and playing your game?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what he'll do. That's the thing about this sport. But watching some of his fights, it seems like he's pretty well rounded. He's not afraid to go to the ground, and but I think he enjoys his striking. So with me having a wrestling background, maybe he's gonna look to strike a little bit, but I'm well rounded as well. The way that this sport has evolved throughout the years, you don't really see a whole lot of specialists these days. You see a lot of guys that are doing it all and are comfortable anywhere the fight goes. So, I see it being a mixed martial arts fight. It'll be a little bit of everything. So I think it's going to be a fun one for the fans to watch. And I think he's a good competitor for me to go up against, somebody that, he's going to be tough and he's looking for a win just like me. So it should be a competitive go.
With Cage Warriors being a major European promotion, after this event, say you get the win, would you be looking at potentially fighting in Europe for Cage Warriors at all?
Yeah, like I said, I wanted to kind of get my foot in the door with the Cage Warriors promotion because I know what they've been able to do for a lot of European fighters. And yeah, I'm not opposed to that at all. I think I saw maybe they're gonna have a few more fights here in the States. Obviously, that those are always nice cards to get on, but if I gotta do a little bit of traveling, there's nothing wrong with that either. So hopefully I can put on a good performance and Cage Warriors will want to have me back. I know the 45-pound belt. I'm not sure where it's at right now, but I know the champ moved on to the UFC. So I'm here looking to snatch belts up. So if I got to go over to the UK and do something like that, that's down for sure.
100%, man. I want to go back. Well, I want to go to your professional debut. What was it like to become a professional MMA guy?
Yeah, it was. It's a great experience. I mean, fighting in general is something that you can't really replicate the feeling of it. Walking out to the octagon and being locked in that cage with another guy that's trying to rip your head off. So when I turned pro, it's not a ton of difference from the amateur scene, which I only had 2 amateur fights. I guess the big difference is obviously the step up in competition, but then also the duration of the fight is 15 minutes as opposed to 9. and yeah, I was able to get in there and produced a full 15-minute fight and felt pretty good throughout. Um, you always have nerves going into it and whatnot. It was nice to get that pro debut out of the way because I feel like there's a little added stress onto that fight in particular. So now that I got that out of the way, I'm looking to make it 2-0 for sure.
100%. I know your last fight was back in 2018. What happened? How come you took such a layoff?
Yeah. So 2018 was my pro debut, so it's been quite a while. I got caught up working a little bit, trying to balance work, trying to balance fighting. It's hard to do. I know a lot of fighters, struggle with that. Um, and then so I kind of took a year off. 2019, at the end of 2019, I decided I was gonna make a little bit more of a commitment to the fight game. So I ended up moving out here to California to train in San Diego at Alliance MMA, and that was a big step in the right direction for my career. Um, and then the plan was to fight all through 2020. Obviously, that didn't work out, but kept training, kept getting better. I'm here now. So yeah, the layoff, it sucked that I haven't fought in 3 years. Um, but I'm hungry and ready to go. So I think I think it was a good time to improve on my skills and my mental fortitude and whatnot. So I think in the long run, it's gonna pay off.
For the people over in the UK that regularly watch Cage Warriors, what can they expect from yourself come fight night?
Um, you know, when I show up to fights, I show up in shape and ready to go. This isn't something that you just do on a whim. It's not something that you come off the couch and say, hey, I'm gonna go fight a guy in a cage. You get hurt pretty quick doing it that way. So when I sign a contract, I'm ready to go. I'm all in, 100% effort. So they're gonna see somebody show up that's ready to go a full 15 minutes with high volume action, striking, wrestling, all of it. Put pressure on the guy from start to finish and looking for the finish. You know. So yeah, I'm gonna put heavy leather on him and try to get him out of there. And if I can, it'll go 15, and it should be exciting for the fans regardless. That's what I want to do. I want to bring some excitement. I was able to watch, the trilogy from Cage Warriors last week. They put on really good shows out there, and so I was able to watch some of the competition, and it looks like it's a pretty exciting promotion. They got a lot of good fighters that are going in there looking to finish. I saw a lot of good submissions, chokes and whatnot. So that was nice to see. So hopefully I can provide the fans what they've been tuning into frequently with Cage Warriors and just kind of build off of that.
I know last year you trained with Dominic Cruz. What was Dom like day in, day out?
Yeah, I train with Dom every day. All those guys at Alliance, all my teammates are incredible. Jeremy and Miles and Goyo, OJ. I mean, they're all vets of the game. So what I've been able to do is kind of just listen and just learn as much as possible. Um, try not to think too much when I'm in there. Just kind of open my ears and learn from what they're doing and watch how they warm up and their attitude towards practice, and that's been able to progress my game quite a bit. And as far as just their work ethic, man, like it's a different level. There's a reason that these guys are at the top and that they've been at the top for so long. Um, yeah, so it's been really nice being able to get help from those veteran fighters like that for sure.
How did you first get involved in the MMA game?
So I have a wrestling background. Wrestled all my life. Um, Wrestled in college a little bit, and I had it in my mind from probably since I was like 13 or 14 years old that MMA was what I was gonna do. I'd say it probably started out with I wanted to be a professional athlete, whether it be Major League Baseball, NFL, whatever it would be. As I got older, I realized that probably didn't have the gifted athletic abilities or the body to make it to those heights. So I kind of turned my eye to fighting once I started watching, I guess The Ultimate Fighter. The first season was probably when I really saw, something that I wanted to do and pursue. That was probably when I was 13 or 14 years old. And so that's what I put my eyes on. And, I went to college and wrestled a little bit, got a degree. And people would always say, what are you planning on doing after college? What's your career going to be? And I would always just say fighting. And people didn't really understand it. They still don't. But it is what it is. And it's a journey that I chose. So it brought me here today. And I think obviously the wrestling background never hurts. It's a good background to have. And I've been in plenty of combat sport situations, and so it's all coming to fruition in this fight here.
I know people find inspiration and motivation from different things in life. What is your biggest motivation to fight?
Man, it's a good question. I always just want to achieve my full potential, be the best I can be as an individual. And I think that, every individual has, their purpose in life, and some find that out sooner rather than later. And, who knows, maybe this is my purpose in life, but we'll find out one of these days. I don't know. The motivation is like, I just see, I grew up with a good work ethic. My parents were really hardworking individuals. They both work day in and day out from dusk till dawn, and I see that work ethic, and I put that into my fighting. And I don't know if that's what motivated me to be a fighter. I think it was a combination of everything. The wrestling background, just that primal instinct in us to want to get in a fist fight. But I'm blessed to be able to have the opportunity to compete in such a sport. So yeah, I'm going to take advantage of it while I can and while I'm healthy and young.
Just a couple more. Do you have any shout outs or anything you want to sign off with?
Yeah, man. Oh, I appreciate you asking that. I was actually going to say, I'm repping this Benton Wrestling t-shirt right now. That's my hometown. I'm from Southern Illinois, back in Benton, Illinois, small town. Illinois wrestling is really big, and Southern Illinois wrestling never has really gotten their fair shake of how good we are. And just recently, this past weekend, they had a state champ and a third place medalist. And the two coaches are my brother and one of my former wrestling partners, longtime training partners. So shout out to them for producing a state champ and gaining respect throughout the whole state there. So yeah, Benton Wrestling representing for sure.
How can people find yourself on social media?
So I'm on Instagram. My IG is Team Wilson 145. I'll try to be posting a little more content. I don't have the most social media content, but I'm working on it. So I'm not the most tech savvy guy out there. I know that the people want to see what's going on, so I'm gonna try to do some daily stuff of my training leading up to the fight and that kind of thing. I know that's what the people want to see, so I'm gonna try to have a little more fun with it and be a little more active. So yeah, Team Wilson 145. Yeah, follow me on that for sure.
And lastly, can we get a prediction for your fight?
Yeah, man. Predicting getting my hand raised, obviously. I don't think you should predict anything else, but I think it's gonna be based on how durable is he. I'm gonna put the pressure on him, and if he can handle it, then maybe it'll go 15. But I'm thinking maybe late second round finish, TKO, heavy punches, something like that.
Love to hear it, man. Damon, it's been a pleasure. Great to meet you, man. I can't wait to see you on Fight Night.
Yes, sir, Mason. I appreciate the opportunity pulling me on this interview here. I've been watching some of your content. Keep it up. Loving it. Let's go through this journey together, brother.